All right. Now, for you old timers who remember newspapers like the Plain Dealer and other newspapers, the goal was always to have the most important stuff, what they called above the fold, because the newspaper folded and you had it, the headline was above the fold. That carried over into the web world where you tried to cram everything in there so someone wouldn't have to scroll. Now, when I look at aztekweb.com, aztekweb.com, it's a very clean site. It's got a carousel of messages, kind of punchy messages, and then you can do other stuff. It seems counter to what we used to think about having all this stuff crammed above the fold. So what's the story there?
So we did just write a blog post about it. I just wrote a blog post about it because as a designer it is a little frustrating to get that request because as a designer my primary job is to try and communicate somebody's content on their website. And if I'm trying to communicate too many messages at the same time, the result is they're all lost. And so the mentality to try and cram everything above the fold doesn't mean it's going to be seen. It means there's too many things to be seen at once, and it's as bad as hiding them. And so it is our belief and recommendation that you take your time to identify what's most important and get that above the fold or in the initial view to captivate a user. And encourage them by the way you lay your content and design to keep moving through it and finding the secondary, tertiary, and so on, because you can't ask them to understand everything all at once. So just smashing it in there doesn't do what the request thinks it's doing.
So Matt, as a web marketing guy, you've got to really be on the same page as the developers and the creative guys, because if you're trying to get this message across and Dave's putting in this punchy thing and the developers are doing it in a clean way, when you have limited real estate like that, you've really got to hone that message and work with these guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be a holistic focus. You can't look at a website as design and the programming and the marketing of it separately. That, like you said, they've all got to work together, and the end result of that is going to be much better than if you had a siloed approach.
That's one of the things I like about Aztek is you've got in-house both the developers and the creative end, and there's none of that. Well, the back-end guys didn't do it for us, and the front end sucks and all that stuff. So, but take a look at aztekweb.com and check their portfolio out, and you'll see some of these examples. Thanks, guys.